I think today I didn't really handle myself quite well, mentally, I would say. So basically that's it. I was just making unforced errors. Like, I don't know, I have to check the statistics. I think she won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes from, like, if you look from the outside, kind of like from an easy ball.
The world of tennis has just completely changed once more. It's not about rivalries, rankings, or trophies this time. It has to do with something much more significant. The WTA wishes that the startling comments made by Aryna Sabalenka were never made public, according to Coco Gauff. Players are split, fans are enraged, and silence is no longer an option. Do you believe the WTA will take any real action, or will it be ignored as usual? Okay, let's begin.
Yeah, that hurts. I mean, especially when you've been playing really great tennis during the whole week. You know, you've been playing against a lot of tough opponents, Olympic champion Iga, you know, and then you go out and you play really bad. Like, I don't know, I think if Iga would win me another day, I think she would go out today and she would get the win.
Because what began as a routine semi-final match between two of the best players in the WTA, Coco Gauff and Aryna Sabalenka, has escalated into one of the most heinous disputes in tennis history. The Wuhan Open was the venue for the match. Two of the most fearsome athletes are prepared to fight in a packed arena with dazzling lighting. It was a classic in every way. However, by the conclusion of the evening, no one was discussing the scoreline, the aces, or the rallies. Everyone was discussing Aryna Sabalenka's remarks. Nobody noticed at first. After missing an important point, cameras captured Aryna saying something beneath her breath. It appeared to be a typical instance of annoyance. It's a common practice among athletes. However, admirers slowed down the audio when samples began to circulate on social media. They improved it. They played it again. That's when it struck. Aryna's remarks went beyond simple annoyance. They were overtly racist. They weren't nuanced or coded. The internet caught fire in a matter of hours. Hashtags such as #racist and #StandWithCo. Tennis began to gain popularity. Answers were requested by fans. On social media, players began unfollowing the arena. On live TV, commentators were rendered speechless. The WTA went entirely silent, which was the most startling aspect. Nothing to say, just silence.
Congratulations, Coco. When Aryna sat here, she said that she thinks if Iga had won her, she wins the thing today because of how the match turned up. Do you think the way you play today, you beat anyone? It doesn't matter who's on the other side of the net?
She said if I play Iga in the final.
She said that if we go, she didn't mention exactly winning you, but she said if Iga won me, she would won the thing.
I mean, I don't agree with that. I'm here sitting here, and last time I played, no, like to Iga or anything, but I played her and I won in straight sets. So, yeah, I don't think that's a fair thing to say.
The largest women's tennis organization in the world seemed to believe that the storm would pass if they chose to ignore it. However, Coco Gauff, the face of tennis's future generation, had just been humiliated in front of millions of people. Thus, this storm was here to stay. Everyone was anticipating her response. Coco remained silent for the following 24 hours. There were no interviews, tweets, or even subtle Instagram stories, just silence. Some believed she was letting her public relations team take care of it. Others claimed she was processing it, but everyone knew in their hearts. Coco waits to talk until she is prepared to draw attention to herself. The tennis world froze when she eventually did.
Because anything can really happen, and yeah, honestly, I mean, the way Aryna was playing the last few weeks, she was the favorite to win. So I think she was the best person that I could have played in the final. Her being #1 in the world, she was the best person to play. So I think I got the hardest matchup just if you go off stats alone. Obviously, Iga being a champion.
Coco is unique because of this. She refrained from snapping. She didn't share a video of herself sobbing to get sympathy. She simply told the students the truth. This is where things start to get messy. For 2 full days, Aryna Sabalenka's camp was silent. Her representative declined to comment. The WTA stated that the situation was being investigated, but her coach was unavailable. Translation: we don't know what to do. However, the harm had already been done. Because once the audio went viral, people began searching for earlier interviews, prior actions, and dubious remarks made by Aryna. Even while some admirers attempted to defend her, the majority of people didn't buy it.
I mean, she's probably emotional about it, so I'm not gonna take it with too much anything. And I do hope people give her a little bit of...
Her supporters' primary claim was that she didn't mean it that way. A classic justification. Huh? They claimed that she was under duress. They claimed that feelings were strong. They claimed that there was a linguistic miscommunication. Yes, because blaming translation always makes racism seem better.
No, I think nowadays people know me as a player and as a person. Like, I feel like people know that, okay, of course she's aggressive, she's passionate, she's focused, and she's fighting for her dream. But also, of course, she's fun and she's nice, she's chill, and she's a completely different person. So I think now people knows me. Maybe like that little situation after French Open, some people don't really understand the intensity of everything, and that you lose the final of the biggest tournament, and then you go to the media straight away, and you're so frustrated, so pissed on yourself, and you're just trying to figure what just happened, and you don't think clean, and then you make this comment, and people go they forget completely about who you are.
Here's the problem, though. You cannot unintentionally say racist things. You don't manufacture words you never believed in because of pressure. It simply causes your true ideas to escape. And that's precisely the reason why supporters are upset. It goes beyond a single remark. It has to do with the mindset behind it. Coco Gauff, on the other hand, handled it expertly. Diego Moyano, her coach, subsequently disclosed that Coco shed tears following the game. She felt invisible, not because she lost. She puts in more effort than anyone I know, he remarked. Additionally, she felt that her value could be summed up in a single word that broke her. Even Coco's parents were proud but devastated. Grace isn't weakness, it's power under control, her mother allegedly told her. And Coco adopted that phrase as his new catchphrase. She returned to the practice court the following morning. Just concentrate. No interviews, no blogs seeking retribution. A picture of her wearing headphones as she entered the training facility went viral. It was all stated in the caption. She doesn't speak. She is employed. In a nutshell, that is Coco Gauff. Let's now discuss Aryna Sabalenka's reaction, or lack thereof. When Aryna eventually shared anything on Instagram after 3 days of silence, I can assure you that it made everything worse. Emotions run high in matches, the message stated. Misunderstandings are possible. I never meant to cause harm to anyone. Let's proceed with deference. No responsibility, no apology. Just an ambiguous oops, my bad. The audience wasn't impressed. You didn't apologize, one commenter added. You simply claimed to have been captured. You had 3 days to come up with this, someone else wrote. They're correct, and you could have just apologized. Because having strong feelings is insufficient when you make such a big mistake. Particularly not in a sport that prides itself on being elegant and polite. The WTA was forced to intervene by this point. They issued a one-paragraph statement stating that respect and inclusivity are fundamental principles and that the event was being examined internally. In corporate parlance, we're essentially hoping that this goes away. However, tennis fans are preventing that from occurring. Players started picking teams. Naomi Osaka, Billie Jean King, and Serena Williams all expressed support for Coco, stating, "Enough is enough." For far too long, racism in tennis has been disregarded. Rafael Nadal also commented on Instagram, saying, "Rivalry must be subordinated to respect." Coco has shown herself to be a champion. That comment immediately went viral. However, not everyone was in agreement. Aryna was defended by a few Eastern European players who said that the statements may have been misinterpreted or that English is not her first language. Yes, as it seems that racism doesn't matter if it's expressed with an accent. That defense was short-lived. The majority of supporters referred to it as an excuse. And the story changed as the days went by. This was no longer merely a contentious issue. It was a pivotal moment. Coco's family was discreetly helping her through the turmoil behind the scenes. She was emotionally spent, but she was determined not to let the situation define her, according to people close to the family. Reporters were informed by her father, Coco Gauff, that she's not just a great player, she's a better person. And that will last longer than any title. And that's precisely what began to occur. Coco gave meaning to this unpleasant experience. She started collaborating with groups that support equality in education and athletics. She started the Serve Right movement, which emphasizes inclusivity, justice, and respect for young athletes. Fairness is a right, not a favor, according to the tagline. And the message spread quickly. In support, other athletes from football, basketball, and track started to post. Schools and young people began utilizing Serve Right as a model for instruction. Her movement had to be openly acknowledged even by the WTA. After years of avoiding discussing it, they declared they would begin providing cultural sensitivity training to players and staff. You can probably guess who came up with that. Yes, Coco Gauff. Don't misunderstand, though. This did not instantly make everything better. The camp of Aryna Sabalenka continued to attempt PR damage management. They said she was making a private apology to Coco, but nobody ever verified that. In the meantime, Coco consistently responded to questions about it from reporters and interviews with the same composed demeanor. "I've expressed what I needed to. I'm now concentrating on tennis." That's how you turn things off strongly, yet elegantly. Because Coco was out there winning matches while Aryna was writing flimsy apologies. She demonstrated her ability to transform suffering into strength by making it all the way to the next Grand Slam. At that point, things started to alter. Fans began to understand that Coco was more than just a footballer. She had a voice. Every game she participated in felt like a message. Each victory seemed like a declaration. People weren't merely applauding her for winning awards. They were applauding the justice, equality, and non-angry strength that she stood for. It was acknowledged by critics as well. Compared to most adults twice her age, she was managing it better. In a subsequent interview, Coco was asked how she maintained her composure. Her response stunned everyone. "Silence can be louder than shouting, as my parents taught me. When it was most important, I decided to speak. That is very classy." She might have lost her temper. She may have insisted on fines or bans. Instead, she reminded everyone of her character as well as her talent, which is why she is appreciated. That's the issue with Coco Gauff. She doesn't engage in little conflicts. The entire discourse is altered by her. The ensuing weeks were utterly chaotic. Sponsors started making secret calls to the WTA to request an update. Some even threatened to remove advertisements from next competitions if the problem wasn't resolved. There was actual pressure. This was no longer merely rumors. It was a commercial matter. Additionally, the media was refusing to let it go. The Gauff-Sabalenka controversy was a feature on every sports program. Panel after panel discussed whether Aryna's remarks were deliberate or misconstrued. However, the outcome was the same regardless of how they spun it. While Coco's fame was soaring, Aryna's image was collapsing. But here's the irony.